My friends, time is a gift. Time is precious. Time is slipping through our fingers like grains of sand, and once it's gone, we can never get it back. Yet, so many of us are wasting the time we've been given. We waste it on things that don't matter, on distractions that pull us away from our purpose, on worries that paralyze us instead of action that moves us forward. Time is one of the most precious gifts we have been given. Yet it is also one of the most fragile. It moves swiftly, never pausing, never waiting for us to catch up. From the moment we take our first breath to the moment we take our last, time is constantly slipping away, moment by moment, second by second. We often live as though we have all the time in the world, as though the days stretch endlessly before us, as though there will always be another opportunity, another chance, another tomorrow. But deep in our hearts, we know that is not true. Life itself is uncertain. None of us know how much time we have left. We make our plans, we set our goals, we speak of the future as if it is guaranteed, but in reality, our time is in the hands of something far greater than ourselves. We have seen people full of strength and vitality, men and women with dreams, with ambitions, with plans for years to come, only to be gone in an instant. We read about them in the news, we hear about them in conversation, sometimes we even witness it with our own eyes. One moment they are here, the next moment they are gone. And when we see this, we are reminded life is a vapor appearing for a short while and then vanishing away. Yet despite this truth, so many of us continue to live as though we have endless time. We waste it on things that do not matter. We fill our days with distractions. We chase after temporary pleasures. We procrastinate. We delay. We put off what we know we should do. We tell ourselves there will be another day, another opportunity, another season. But how many seasons have passed already? How many opportunities have we already let slip away? How many times have we said, I'll do it later, only to find that later never comes? There is an urgency to time that we must recognize. Every moment matters. Every hour we are given is an opportunity to grow, to love, to serve, to make a difference, to fulfill the purpose for which we were created. But the question we must ask ourselves is, are we using our time wisely? Are we spending it on things that have lasting value? Or are we throwing it away on things that in the end will not matter? If we truly understood the value of time, we would not waste it so easily. If we truly grasped the reality that life is but a vapor, we would live differently. We would wake up each day with a sense of purpose, a sense of urgency. We would not waste our words. We would not waste our actions. We would not waste our opportunities. We would not take for granted the time we have been given. We would not assume that tomorrow will come. Instead, we would live each moment fully, making the most of every second, every hour, every day. But too often we get caught in the trap of delay. We think we have time to fix our mistakes, time to mend broken relationships, time to pursue the dreams placed within us, time to fulfill the calling on our lives. We assume that we can start tomorrow or next week or next year. But what if tomorrow never comes? What if next week is too late? What if the time we thought we had is already slipping away? There is no room for delay when it comes to time. There is no place for complacency. We must wake up. We must open our eyes. We must recognize that every day is a gift, and it is our responsibility to use it wisely. We must stop wasting time because once it is gone, it can never be reclaimed. We live in a world overflowing with distraction. Everywhere we turn, something is competing for our attention, pulling us in different directions, keeping our minds busy, but our souls empty. We wake up in the morning, and before our feet even touch the ground, we reach for our phones, scrolling through endless streams of information that add little to our lives. We sit down to work, but our focus is shattered by notifications, emails, and meaningless entertainment. We convince ourselves that we are being productive, that we are engaged in something important, yet at the end of the day, we look back and realize that nothing meaningful was accomplished. There is a constant demand for our attention, and we have allowed ourselves to be controlled by it. Instead of directing our time toward things that truly matter, We have surrendered to distractions that leave us exhausted, anxious, and unfulfilled. How often do we say that we have no time, yet we spend hours scrolling through social media, watching television, or indulging in conversations that lead nowhere? How often do we claim that we are too busy, yet we fill our days with activities that do not bring us closer to our purpose? We have been deceived into thinking that busyness equals productivity, but the truth is, many of us are merely running in circles, moving but not progressing, active but not effective. The enemy of purpose is not always failure. Sometimes it is simply distraction. The greatest danger is not that we will do the wrong thing, but that we will waste our time doing things that don't matter. We set out with good intentions, but along the way, we get sidetracked. We know what we should be doing, but instead we allow the trivial to overshadow the essential. We find ourselves caught up in things that steal our time and energy, and before we know it, weeks, months, and even years have passed, and we are no closer to the life we were meant to live. It is time to open our eyes and recognize that not everything demanding our attention deserves it. Not every invitation is worth accepting. Not every opportunity is worth pursuing. Not every voice is worth listening to. If we do not take control of our time, distractions will take control of us. We must be intentional about where we direct our focus. We must make a conscious decision to eliminate the things that do not serve our purpose, to walk away from the habits that drain us, to stop chasing after things that will not matter in the end. Many people spend their entire lives chasing after things that fade away. They invest their time in what is temporary, only to reach the end of their journey and realize they have built their lives on sand. They have spent their energy on things that will not last while neglecting the things that truly matter. They have allowed distractions to rob them of their destiny, and by the time they wake up to the reality of what has happened, it is too late to go back and change it. But it does not have to be this way. We still have time to make a change. We still have the opportunity to shift our focus and start living with purpose. We must stop allowing distractions to steal what is valuable. Stop letting meaningless pursuits take priority over what is truly important. Stop wasting the days we have been given. Every moment is a choice. Every hour is an opportunity. Every day is a chance to walk in purpose, to eliminate the distractions, to live fully engaged in what truly matters. If we do not take control of our time, someone else will. If we do not set our priorities, the world will set them for us. If we are not careful, we will spend our lives chasing after things that leave us empty, instead of pursuing the things that lead to fulfillment.
Regret is a heavy burden to carry, and nothing brings more regret than wasted time. People reach the end of their lives not grieving over the mistakes they made, but over the chances they never took, the words they never spoke, the time they allowed to slip away. They remember the moments they ignored, the relationships they neglected, the dreams they set aside for another day that never came. They look back and realize that the opportunities they once had are now gone forever, that the things they thought they could always return to have disappeared, that the time they assumed was in abundance was in fact fleeting. There is nothing more painful than realizing too late that time has run out. People think they have more time to fix broken relationships, to reach out to a friend, to spend time with their families, to chase after their dreams. They think that one day they will make things right. One day they will take the first step. One day they will prioritize what truly matters. But what they fail to see is that time waits for no one. Days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months, months turn into years, and before they know it, life has passed them by. The things they put off have slipped through their fingers, and all that remains is the aching regret of knowing they could have done more, been more, lived more fully. Regret is not born from what people did, but from what they failed to do. No one lies on their deathbed wishing they had spent more time on distractions, wishing they had worked a few more hours at the office, wishing they had accumulated more material things. Instead, they wish they had loved deeper, risked more, taken hold of the moments that truly mattered. They wish they had not let fear hold them back, had not let doubt keep them stuck, had not allowed the temporary to overshadow the eternal. They realized too late that the things they once valued were meaningless in the grand scheme of life. that the moments they thought were small were actually the most important, that people they took for granted were their greatest treasures. But regret does not have to be the final chapter. The pain of looking back at wasted time can be a lesson that shapes the future. The awareness of how quickly time slips away can be the motivation to start living different. It can be the push to stop delaying, to stop waiting for the perfect moment, to stop assuming that there will always be more time. There is no perfect moment to begin, no ideal time to make a change, no guaranteed future to wait for. The only time that is certain is now. The only opportunity that is guaranteed is the one in front of us. The past is gone, but the present is a gift that can still be used wisely. So many people allow regret to paralyze them instead of propel them forward. They dwell on what could have been instead of focusing on what still can be. They let guilt over wasted time keep them from redeeming the time they have left. But no matter how much time has been lost, there is always an opportunity to make the most of what remains. It is never too late to change, never too late to start over, never too late to choose a different path. The key is to recognize the value of time before it is gone, to embrace the present instead of mourning the past, to move forward with urgency instead of looking back with sorrow. There will come a day when time will no longer be an option, when the chances we have now will no longer be available, when all that will remain are the choices we made with the time we were given. The question is, will we look back with regret, or will we look back knowing that we lived with purpose, that we loved fully, that we embraced every opportunity, that we did not let time slip through our fingers without meaning? The choice is ours to make now, before it is too late, before regret becomes the only thing left. Time is unlike anything else in this world because once it is spent, it can never be regained. Money can be lost and earned again. Possessions can be taken away and replaced. But time is one resource that, once gone, is gone forever. Every second that passes is a second that will never return. Every moment that slips away is a moment that cannot be reclaimed. Yet, despite knowing this, so many people continue to squander time as if they have an endless supply, as if they will always have another chance, as if tomorrow is guaranteed. They spend their days on meaningless pursuits, pouring their energy into things that have no lasting value, believing that there will always be time later to do what really matters. But later is never promised, and too often, by the time they realize the value of time, too much of it has already been wasted. The question is not whether time will pass, because it will, and nothing can stop it. The real question is how that time will be spent. Every single day, every single hour, every single moment is a choice. Some choose to invest their time wisely, to pour it into things that have meaning, to focus on what is eternal rather than what is temporary. Others throw it away on distractions, chasing after things that will not last, filling their schedules with busyness but not purpose, looking back after years have passed only to wonder where the time went. The difference between those who make the most of their lives and those who reach the end filled with regret is not luck, not talent, not opportunity, but the way they chose to spend their time. Wisdom teaches that time must be spent with intention. There must be a conscious decision to use time in ways that matter, to invest it in people, in relationships, in things that bring lasting impact. But too often, people fail to recognize this until it is too late. They become consumed with the urgency of the moment, rushing from one task to the next, never pausing to ask if what they are doing is truly important. They allow distractions to dictate days, letting outside forces determine where their time goes instead of taking control of it themselves. They tell themselves that one day they will slow down. One day they will focus on what really matters. One day they will start living with intention. That day never comes because unless a decision is made to change, life continues moving forward and time continues slipping away. There is a great difference between spending time and investing time. Spending time means using it without thought, allowing it to be consumed by whatever comes along, wasting it on things that have no real value. Investing time means using it purposefully, directing it toward things that will bring a return, focusing on what is truly meaningful rather than what is simply urgent. When time is invested wisely, it brings growth, it brings fulfillment, it brings impact. But when it is wasted, it leaves only emptiness, regret, and the realization that opportunities have been lost forever. It is easy to think that small amounts of wasted time do not matter, that a few minutes here, an hour there, a day spent on distractions is insignificant in the grand scheme of life. But time is not lost all at once. It is lost in small increments, in little moments of carelessness, in seemingly harmless habits that add up over weeks, months, and years. Before long, what seemed like a small amount of wasted time is turned into entire seasons of life that have been lost. The only way to prevent this is to become intentional about how time is used, to make daily choices that prioritize what is truly important, to refuse to allow distractions to consume what is most valuable. Time must be spent wisely, because once it is gone, there is no way to get it back. If there is something to be done, something that has been placed on the heart, something that has been stirring in the mind for days, months, or even years, then the time to act is now. Waiting for the perfect moment is an illusion, because no moment will ever feel completely perfect. There will always be obstacles. There will always be uncertainties. There will always be reasons to delay. But delay is the thief of opportunity. Those who wait for everything to fall into place often find that nothing ever does. Those who wait for circumstances to align just right often discover that the opportunity has passed before they ever took the first step. The time to move forward, to act, to step into purpose, to do what has been placed on the heart is not tomorrow, not next week, not next year, but right now. Procrastination is one of the greatest enemies of progress. It convinces people that they have more time than they actually do, that waiting is safer than stepping forward, that delaying is better than risking failure. But the truth is that every moment wasted in hesitation is a moment that could have been spent in action. Every day spent waiting is a day that could have been used to move forward. Every opportunity put off for another time is an opportunity that may never come again. The greatest tragedy is not failure, but never trying, not making mistakes, but never beginning, not falling short, but never stepping out at all. Those who live with hesitation often look back and wonder what could have been, what might have happened if they had just taken the first step, what doors might have opened if they had simply walked forward. Fear often disguises itself as wisdom, whispering that now is not the right time, that it is better to wait, that action should come only when there is absolute certainty. But life does not offer certainty. It does not come with guarantees. It does not wait for fear to subside. The only way to overcome fear is to move in spite of it, to take the first step even when the path ahead is unclear, to trust that as action is taken, clarity will come. Many people stand at the edge of something great, but never step forward because they are waiting for assurance that everything will work out exactly as they hope. But assurance does not come before action. It comes through action. Those who wait for confidence before they move often remain in the same place, stuck in the cycle of overthinking, paralyzed by the fear of the unknown, never experiencing the fullness of what their lives could have been. Time moves forward whether action is taken or not. The days will pass, the months will roll on, the years will continue to slip away. The question is not whether time will move, but whether it will be used wisely. Some spend their whole lives preparing but never beginning, planning but never doing, dreaming but never waking up to make those dreams a reality. Others step forward, not because they are fearless, not because they have all the answers, not because they are fully prepared, but because they understand that waiting will only lead to regret. They refuse to let hesitation steal their time, refuse to let fear keep them stuck, refuse to allow uncertainty to hold them back from what they know they are meant to do. There is a decision that must be made, a choice to stop waiting, stop delaying, stop assuming that there will always be another time, the choice to take action, to move forward, to stop wasting the days that have been given. No one ever looks back and regrets taking action, but many look back and regret the time they lost by never trying at all. The time is now, the moment is here, and the opportunity will not wait forever, my friends. Life is too short to waste. Don't wait for another day, another year, another season. Start now. Make today count. Live with purpose, live with urgency, and don't let another moment slip away. It's time to stop wasting time.